Welcome to a filter tutorial. In this one, we're going to be looking at first half goals. It's a market that I enjoyed for a while. It's a difficult one to consistently find profits in, if we're being honest. So what I'm going to do with this one is not necessarily look for a first half goal, but I'm going to go even narrower. I'm going to zone in even more and look for a first half home goal. So that might give us some different kind of results to if you were just creating a filter that was quite broad and just based on teams that see first half goals. We're looking at home teams that actually score first half goals here and away teams that concede first half goals. And that would be a suggestion for anybody that is looking at building a filter. Have an outcome in your mind, not just first half goal, but go even further into that as we are doing here. So the first thing I'll do is add this matches played, and I'm going to set it to 8 for this. As the seasons progress, I would probably bump this up to 12 and then maybe 15. But at the minute, we're just in the summer, aren't we? So there's probably, I think in Norway, they've played about 12 games now. You've got the EFL and whatnot starting in a couple of weeks, which is exciting. So we'll save this for both teams. And if you've not made a filter before, I'll just run through these. You've got the home team, away team, and the probability. So what you can do is click on this for the home team, and then anything you add is a rule that is for the home team. It gets filed under the home team, and you can see it appear on the right hand side. So for the home team, I guess we want a home team that has scored in the first half. So we can use the percentages, which is the actual occurrence rather than the average, and we will say that they have scored in, let's say, 70% of home games. So that's a decent percentage. And let's look at the away team. What have we got here? Goals conceded. Well, let's look at a team that actually concedes goals anyway. So 1.3 away from home per game. And I think a good one to add as well, I just saw it as I was flicking through, is lost at half time. So we'll set this one to overall, and we'll just put it to 37. And I'll save this as a first half home goal. And that's it, the filter's saved. So we're going to go to the fixture feed now. And filter tracking, there's videos on filter tracking if you want to track the profits of a certain filter and a certain desired outcome. Now if you look at your testing filters, you can see my first half home goal is here. And it's returned a few games for today. One will be kicking off in about an hour or so. And we can just go into these games and have a look. And actually before that, we can use the stats scroller to look at first half goals. So you can see that 0-0 at half time, 7% for IF there. 1.82 goals per game for SJK. So this is a small set of games. Now, if I'd have set a sort of broader filter for just first half goals, this would have been massive. This would have been like 30, 35 games for today. And we're not even in sort of peak season yet. So you can see here, 1.5 plus first half goals is 91% for this team. So this filter, we're looking for first half goals for the home team, remember, so it might be that it's also a good filter for half-time results. And you can see there they've won 80% of games anyway. Looking at half-time, they've not lost in the first half, and every game has seen a goal, and they have scored in 80% of games, 82% overall. They're a good team. So what I'll do here is I'll set an alert for this game. Looking at the half-time result, let's set that to evens. And for the first half goal, let's go for the goal line when that hits evens as well. And I'll just probably do the same, just analyse the games a little bit more. And it's easier if you have a specific filter like this, that you can just check 4 or 5 games and you know what you're looking for. And as you do that more, you'll start to see similar stats, similar patterns, similar teams. Maybe this team pops up in a couple of weeks when they're playing at home again. It's probably quite likely. And this one game at the bottom is probably a good example of one you might skip. Let's look at the goals conceded, because the actual percentage isn't as high as you might want. And Brazil can be cagey, especially when two average teams are playing each other. So let's have a look at this. Again, they've not lost at halftime. They've drawn 82% of games at halftime. Yeah, that's something I do quite actively avoid when I'm looking at first half games. If they have conceded very little per game, and you can see that the away team they've conceded 3 goals in how many away games so far? A decent spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in 6 first halves, they've conceded 3 goals, and they haven't conceded in the last couple. The last game was 0-0. That's a turn off straight away. So this is a decent, organised team who's playing away from home at a team that's better than them. So they're going to be set up to defend, especially in that first half. So that's just another reason why, if you've got a filter set up, it doesn't mean you have to play every single game. The filter for me is just more of a spotlight to narrow down the search, and just give you games like this. I mean, these 3 games, you might set an alert for 3 of them. 1 of them might come through. That's it. It might be one bet a day, but it's more sensible. You're sort of in control of it as well. So yeah, that is the guide on first half goals. It's a little specific here, but I didn't want to just create a broad filter. I don't want to create a broad filter in any of these videos. I want to try and zone in on a specific area of that market. I mean, another one you might create a filter for first half goal line +1. That can hit pretty good odds around 15 minutes or so. And in some of these leagues, not here, but Iceland, Estonia or something, the women's football as well, they see a lot of goals, especially in the first half. So yeah, enjoy, and look out for another one of these.